What's going on, guys? GloveSaveHockey back here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the most three recent contract extensions that happened in the NHL this week. The first contract extension we're going to be talking about is Dallas Stars defenseman Thomas Harley. Thomas Harley was signed to an 8-year contract paying him $10.5875 million per season, which happened on October 28th. The Stars just looking to handle their contracts ahead of time, as Thomas Harley's done now. They still got Jason Robertson to deal with as well. Thomas Harley is a 6'3", 211-pound left-handed shooting defenseman, and even though his bigger size and weight, he does have above-average skating mobility. He's able to carry the puck, join Russians, and activate offensively when he has to. He did put up 50 points in 78 games this past season, which is pretty good for a defenseman with, I think it was his second or third full season in the NHL. I know he was on Team Canada last year, but I feel like Thomas Harley has just progressively been getting better and better as the seasons go on. He runs the first power play in Dallas, as Miro Heiskanen is more of a defensive guy, but as you can tell, his defense is like below average right now, but I don't think it's as terrible as a lot of people do say. In his career so far, Thomas Harley has put up 111 points in 208 games, so he's over 0.5 points per season. As you can see, he's kind of carrying the mail. This season, 22.58 a season. His career average is 20.41. He's got a 53.1 Corsi for percentage in his career. That's down a little bit this year. And the one thing about Harley, too, is even though he isn't the greatest defensively, as you can see, kind of 43rd percentile on Jay Fresh's cards, 40th percentile when you're looking at Rono's analytics cards, he is getting a lot more trust defensively as well, especially last year with Miro Heiskanen being out for a while. Thomas Harley really had to carry the mail. So taking a look at Thomas Harley's Puckpedia page, how much money he's going to make, how this deal is structured. So right now, he's currently on a 2-year deal paying him $4 million a season, $8 million contract in total. So this contract where he's getting 10.587 will be kicking in next season. As you can tell, he's going to be making $13 million next season. Obviously, these contracts can be structured in different ways. He decided to make this more kind of front-loaded. $13 million next season, 11 the year after, 11 the year after that, and as you can see, as it fades towards unrestricted free agency, $9 million the last couple years he's going to be getting in this deal. The one thing I was kind of surprised about is he's not really getting a ton of signing bonuses. Signing bonuses is going to be $15 million out of 84 overall, with his highest year being next year where he's going to be getting $4 million, and then he's basically making $2 million every year on these signing bonuses until the last year where he's going to be making $1 million. He is still technically an RFA, so at the moment he's not able to put no trade and no move clause in the deal, but once he gets to year 4 of this contract, he is eligible for that. So he's got a full no move clause in years 4 through 8 with this contract with the Dallas Stars. This contract will also take him till he's 33 years old, and he's going to be making around $100 million by the time this contract's done, and maybe he'll get another short-term deal and he'll make over $100 million in his career. So taking a look at Dallas Stars Puckpedia page, because Dallas is obviously a team that operates near the cap every single year. They even operate in LTIR last year. Tyler Seguin and Miro Heiskanen on an LTIR to be able to bring in Mikko Rantanen and Mikael Granlund and Cody Ceci this past season. So that contract by Thomas Harley is going to be approximately over 10% of their cap, because it's going to be over $10 million. The cap could be 104, could be 106. But it was good that they got this done early. Like we talked about earlier, Jason Robertson, he's eligible for even arbitration this year, so that's probably a situation they don't want to get into, and it's good that they're able to deal with Thomas Harley's contract ahead of time. Jamie Benn will be a UFA after taking a bargain this offseason with signing bonuses. Other RFAs are going to be Maverick Bourque and Justin Herkoian. I don't know how to say his name properly. Then on defense, you're dealing with Niels Lundqvist as an RFA, and in net, their goalies are locked up at least for the next couple years. So at least extending Thomas Harley right now gives them an idea of how they can pay Jason Robertson, or potentially even make an applicable move if they don't want to give him the contract that he wants. So Thomas Harley was drafted in the 2019 draft. I always like to go back and take a look at, was this a good pick? Was it kind of exactly where they should pick him, or was it even like a bargain? So he was the 18th overall pick by the Dallas Stars in 2019. He's got 111 points in 208 games, and if you take a look overall, he's about top 12 in points, and even the guy he's tied with, Connor McMichael, he's played 30 more games. He's also a forward as well. And with the opportunity he's been given, he's obviously played a lot less games than basically every single player that's ahead of him. The only guy that's kind of close is Dorofeyev, is 15 points shy of him, and he's played about 60 less games or so. So I think Thomas Harley can soon jump into the top 10 of scoring in this draft, and I think he definitely should have been a top 10 pick in 2019. So I know the contract extension doesn't really change much in accordance to like the way their lines operate, but the last little while they've been operating with Lindell Heiskanen, Harley's Cooley's been playing with Lyubushkin, and Leon Bichel's been playing with Petrovic. They've also got Niels Lundqvist as well, who's dealing with an injury and has had a pretty good start to the season. So I think at worst, it's like you got Harley and Heiskanen almost on the ice the entire game, and then sometimes if you need to, you can put them together and it makes a dominant pair. I kind of see Heiskanen as like a 1A number one defenseman, and Harley's kind of like a 1B number one defenseman who's kind of getting towards that 1A territory. And I really like this contract for the Dallas Stars, and I think in a couple years we'll look back and think 10.5 isn't much for this guy. The second extension we're going to talk about today is the Utah Mammoth extending their young centerman Logan Cooley. He's going to be getting an 8-year, $80 million contract, which is going to pay him $10 million per season. Logan Cooley is a young, exciting, high-skilled centerman. He's got a great first step, strong acceleration, and excellent short area speed. He's definitely the most dangerous, like transitioning up the ice with the puck, able to make stuff happen in rushes. He has really smooth hands, comfortable in tight spaces, and he's able to make high-end passes through traffic. His vision, honestly, even for his young age at 21 years old, is top tier. He knows where his teammates are and is able to make high-end skilled plays, which end up being on the highlights pretty often. If we're taking a look at the difference between Jay Fresh's and Rono's analytic cards, they kind of tell a different story. Logan Cooley has improved a ton defensively to start this season, while also putting up 7 goals and 4 assists for 11 points in 10 games. I think that Logan Cooley is kind of on the verge of becoming a first-line center at this point. Last year, I think he made some strides to show that he was more of like a high-end 2C with the way he was able to produce last year. 65 points in 75 games, 44 and 82 in his rookie year at 19 years old, and he's just over a point per game to start the year this year. He's getting trusted in a lot more situations, as you can tell. He's playing almost 2 minutes more a night this season. He's been playing with Gunther and JJ Peterka, who they acquired this offseason. But at the same time, like, you want your number one center to be able to show strides of playing good defense as well. And as we can tell with Rono's analytic cards, his defensive impact has been really good to start the year. So I think Logan Cooley's definitely a guy that they can trust long term. I love this contract for the Mammoth. So taking a look at Logan Cooley and his contract structure, obviously he's coming off his entry-level contract where he has been able to make some bonuses in this deal. So this contract is a little bit strange to me in accordance to, they agreed on this $80 million 8-year figure a couple days before it became public, but there is no signing bonuses in this deal whatsoever. There is situations where he's going to be making more money one year to the next, like $13 million base salary the first year, 11, 11, 10, and it slowly goes down every year, but no signing bonuses at all, so he's not really protected if there is a lockout, which I'm not anticipating there will be, but that is why a lot of guys do put that in their contracts and that they're able to be paid on a certain day every single year. So he will have a 16-team no-trade list in years 5 through 8, as he's obviously not eligible for it in the first 4 years because of his age, but pretty solid contract for Logan Cooley. Only thing I would say is he probably could have tried to get signing bonuses and probably could have, but he's making a lot of money throughout this deal. And this contract will be done when he's still pretty young as well, right? Like, he's 21 years old right now, an 8-year contract starting at 22. Like, could he get another 7 to 8 year deal at 30 years old? And who knows what the cap would be. So I think he's going to be making a lot of money in his career. So taking a look at the Utah Mammoths cap situation this year, obviously they still got a little bit of cap space sitting at $4.5 million, but getting Logan Cooley done for $10 million, I think, is pretty solid. Like, they got to try and deal with Nick Schmaltz this summer, Barrett Hayden, Alex Kerfoot's a UFA along with Kevin Stenlund. Then they've got some other guys that aren't really, I don't want to say as relevant, but they don't really need to be breaking the bank to pay them, in Michael Carcone, Kevin Rooney, and Kaylor Yamamoto. On defense, it's mostly Juuso Välimäki, Ian Cole, Nick DeSimone. The one guy they're going to have to pay in a little bit, Clayton Keller's got a couple more years left on his deal. He might be getting a big contract. They got Dylan Gunther at a really good price, and even JJ Peterka as well. So I think signing this contract has put Utah in a really good situation to be able to add to this group that they have up front, and they might be looking for a 2C quite soon. So Logan Cooley was the 3rd overall pick by the then Arizona Coyotes in the 2022 draft, and I thought there was a lot of potential for this guy to go 1st overall. If we're taking a look at points in this draft, Logan Cooley has surpassed Juraj Slafkovsky recently, has 4 more points in about almost 45 less games or so. I think it's between Logan Cooley and Lane Hudson if you're looking back for who would be the first overall pick in this draft, but I honestly think right now I might even be leaning towards Logan Cooley. So just like Thomas Harley, re-signing Logan Cooley doesn't change much in accordance to their lineup. Right now, he's on the second line with J.J. Peterka and Dylan Guenther. There's always the possibility that he could be moved around, but at worst, he's going to be playing first or second line center for the next 9 seasons. The final contract we're going to be talking about today is Martin Necas and the Colorado Avalanche. Necas and the Avalanche have agreed to an 8-year, $92 million contract, which is going to be paying him $11.5 million per season. Marty Necas is a dynamic right winger known for his elite skating, puck control, and offensive player. His explosive acceleration and top end speed are definitely his biggest assets. He uses agility and edge work to create separation and attack defenders one-on-one. He's naturally a playmaker, but he's also known for his quick, accurate wrist shot, which kind of makes him a dual threat, to be honest. He's able to pass over to Nate, Nate's able to pass over to him, and they're able to make stuff happen. His hockey IQ is just off the charts. He reads defenses well and anticipates openings before they develop, and he's good at timing in his entries and using space effectively, though he can occasionally overhandle the puck and does kind of try to do a little bit too much. Taking a look at these 2 cards that I've been kind of flipping through, very incredible offensive threat. The only thing I'd say is his defense has really never been up to par, kind of below average, and something he's never really cared about in his game, and I really wonder if that's going to affect him when Colorado tries to go on some of these long playoff runs with him. Marty Necas has fit in really well with this team since he's been there. Obviously, it was kind of weird circumstances, them trading one of their best players in Mikko Rantanen, getting a guy like this back. There's a lot of pressure, but I think so far he's kind of lived up to the expectations. In his career, as you can tell with Carolina, he didn't really get a huge opportunity at times. 17:08 time on ice. This season, he's up to 21:15, where he's got 13 points in 11 games. In his career so far, he's got 339 points in 452 games. I was kind of curious in Carolina if they were ever going to move him over to center, as that is where he kind of grew up playing. He's been more of like a threat on the wing, I feel like, with his speed. He has honestly been really good so far this season, and I feel like the Avalanche did not want to go through another situation like last year with Mikko Rantanen and thought, let's just lock this guy up so there's not something we don't have to deal with for the rest of the season. So taking a look at Marty Necas' Puckpedia page, he's coming off a 2-year, $13 million contract where he's making $6.5 per season right now. That 11.5 will be kicking in next season. If we take a look at this contract overall, this is a little bit different than Thomas Harley and Logan Cooley. This is very signing bonus heavy. He's got $54 million out of $92.5 million in signing bonuses. Next year, he's going to be making $14 million, same with 27-28, and even 28-29, and then it kind of goes down a little bit from there. The base salary goes down while the signing bonuses stay up. He has a full no-move clause in years 1 through 7 of this deal. It converts to a 15-team no-trade clause on January 15th, 2034, which is the year he'll be a UFA, so I think it's kind of like a thing if Colorado is in a good spot in 2034, maybe he can get dealt the deadline, they can get something significant in return. One thing I do like about this deal for Colorado is Necas is only 26 years old. So an 8-year deal kicking in at 27 to take him till 35, you don't really see that a lot in players. And I think the way he skates, this deal will end up being pretty good for the Avalanche. My only criticism is I probably would have kept Mikko Rantanen. I think he's a better player. I think he's better in playoffs. I know everyone's going to say, oh, well, but he didn't want to take $12 million from Colorado. Well, apparently he would have taken 12.75 or 13, and I would have paid him that anyway. I think he's definitely $1.5 million better than Marty Necas. The reason why I brought this up is we're going to be looking at Colorado's cap structure. This was a reason they made the deal with Mikko Rantanen, Marty Necas, Jack Drury, is they wanted to allocate some more salary to lower parts of their lineup, which I don't really think they're going to be doing when they sign this contract. They only save $500,000 on signing Marty Necas. Jack Drury makes over $500,000, and it's not like they've got a young guy in the system right now who's going to come up and you can fit him in the lineup on an ELC and he's going to be making a huge difference for your team. I do like Gavin Brindley and some of their other young guys, but I don't think they're that effective where I think it's kind of worth it. So I know I'm ripping this deal a little bit. I don't mind the money they gave him. I think it's going to be fine moving forward, but I don't really think it's, when we're looking back on it with the whole Rantanen thing, I don't really like the way the situation played out. They still got some things to deal with this next summer. Is Scott Wedgwood coming back, or how are they dealing with that? Like, Brent Burns making $1 million, that's a pretty good deal. Sam Malinsky, he's not bad either. And then you got some depth guys in Drury, Olofsson, Gavin Brindley, and Bardakov, who are going to be needing contracts next year, right? So I don't know if they've really been able to free up cap space to bring in some more depth like they thought they could. So Martin Necas was taken 12th overall by the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2017 NHL draft. Currently has 339 points in 452 games. If we take a look overall in the 2017 draft, Martin Necas currently ranks 7th. He's about 50-ish points behind Nick Suzuki for the next spot. He's been progressing pretty well recently, though. I know his career high in points was last year, but I think he's going to be putting up point-per-game plus seasons here with the Avalanche moving forward. So taking a look at the Avalanche lineup, Marty Necas has kind of fit in like a glove playing with Nathan MacKinnon, and I don't think that's something they're going to separate. And even honestly, Arturi Lehkonen, since he's been there the past 3 to 4 years, he's looked really good with MacKinnon. So I really love this line with Lehkonen, MacKinnon, and Necas. You do have the opportunity of like putting a different grinder on that line if Lehkonen's ever gets hurt or it doesn't work out, and like Nichushkin, Ross Colton, you can even throw Landeskog up there, and I think it would work pretty well. So I think the Avalanche have got a lot of options of who they could put with Necas and MacKinnon. Thank you very much for watching this video evaluating 3 contract extensions. Thomas Harley, Logan Cooley, Marty Necas. In my opinion, I like the Logan Cooley one the best, then Thomas Harley, then Marty Necas. Curious to know what you guys think of this. Who do you think out of these 3 contracts is the best? Who do you think is the worst? Do you think all of these are bargains, or do you think all of these are not really good deals? Curious to know your perspective in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe.